Abyss.
All right, everybody, we are back. My first live guest tonight was a cast member on one of the funniest shows of all time, SCTV. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Martin Short.
This is amazing being here. You know, I haven't been in this building since, you know, David had a show here.
Letterman's show was done. David Letterman's 12:30 show was done right here.
Right here. And everywhere I turn, I see old faces. Hey, Marty, do you remember me? Guys have no idea. I say, how's it hanging? I say, I don't know their names.
And that gets by just fine.
Yeah. Huh? Good seeing you, old pop.
Generic old man. Welcome. No, welcome to the show.
And then they're on two sides. This is, you know.
This is how we do it here.
Yeah.
It's the Carol and Marilyn routine.
I love that show. I can't, by the way, get those tapes back to me, will you?
Which tapes? What are you
the
talking
Carol
about?
and Marilyn show.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll get them. I don't look at them that much. This show is based on Carol and Marilyn.
I understand that. That's
we took the structure of that show and we applied it here.
And you added your thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
They had Oldie Olsen first, and then we appropriated him. That's how it worked pretty much. Let's talk about you, though. That's what this is. Yes.
Oh, please. Okay. What do you want to know?
I know this is hard for you. We're going to talk about you for just a second.
Sure, no problem.
I was shocked. I didn't know this kid could do Broadway, this whippersnapper.
No, well, there's a true story. Tony wanted me about 2 years before that to do a play for his theater company, the National Actors Theater. The National, you know the name of it.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway,
that's the name.
You know the National Theater Actor Company of Actors.
I call it that theater thing Tony Randall does.
So anyway, I was on the way to the Tonight Show. I was in my car going to the Tonight Show, and I was going to promote Father of the Bride.
Yes.
Thank you. And anyway, please
sit down, everyone. All right.
So the phone rings, and it's Tony Randall. And I'd never met Tony Randall. So, you know, he had sent me the play, and I'd said, well, let me think about it. And I kind of owed him a phone call, and I had kind of figured I wasn't going to do it. So, but anyway, I say, hello, Martin. This is Tony Randall. I said, Tony Randall, isn't this amazing? How are you? I was wondering if you're interested in doing my play. I really think it would be quite good for you at this time of your life. And I said, well, I have to tell you, Tony, that I really don't think it's going to work out. You know, it's just not, thank you very much, but I don't think I can do it. There was this silence. I could tell he was a little irritated. He said, Martin, may I tell you something? And I said, sure, Tony. I don't know Tony. Never met Tony, but now he said, you mustn't make silly movies. I'm going, yeah. He said, that's what I did, and it cost me dearly. He said, for you to come to Broadway, emphasis on the way, not the broad, the way, Broadway.
That's what the real people say.
Yeah. For you to come to Broadway and kill for 6 weeks wouldn't hurt you, but I suppose you're hot, and I suppose your management wouldn't want you. But I'll tell you something, dear boy. That's what Marlon did, and we never got him back. And I said, Marlon, I thought he was talking about Marlon Perkins. He's talking about Marlon Brando.
He got involved with animals. And
so finally I said, well, thanks, Tony, very much, and your advice is well heeded, and thank you. And then so I pressed the end button on my phone, and I didn't really want to get advice from Tony Randall at that point. So I said, drop dead, you hot bag of gas. And then I put the phone down, and then I pick it up again to talk to my wife to find out how Tony got the number, and I hear, Martin. No! Yes, honest to God, I had pressed the send button, not the end button. So Tony was still on the phone. So I went, wah! And I just kind of threw it over there.
Oh, well, that will solve everything. Yeah. Just scream at the phone and throw it away.
But I have since met Tony, and he is the most charming man in the world. And he was probably right. You shouldn't make silly movies.
No, big mistake.
Yeah.
That's why Andy and I will not do it. We will not do the buddy cop movie that all of America wants us to do. All right, we've got to take a quick break for commercial. When we come back, more Martin Short. We will see you in just a second. Comedy. Ever get hurt doing the physical comedy, doing the shtick, the pratfalls?
Yeah, I was doing a special once, and I was playing Doug Henning. Remember the
Yes.
Doug Henning, the magician.
People talk about the other musicians now, David Copperfield and no, Henning was the original.
Oh, he had these teeth, and he'd say, "Magic is illusion. An illusion can be magical." That may not sound that intelligent, but then I'm not that intelligent. Yeah. And anyway, so I was levitating, 40 feet off the ground thing, and about these ropes, but it looked like I was just on a board and saying, "Oh, the powers that be," and one rope snapped, and I just, and I went, but I was attached to it, and so I dragged along. It actually looked hysterical, but it was for one moment you thought, well, this is a drag,
and that would be
I'm gonna die.
A bad way to die too, as Doug Henning.
Yeah, with fake teeth and a wig.
We have to, we got to mention this movie, A Simple Wish.
A Simple Wish opens tomorrow, all over the country. I say all over the country.
And it's with,
I play Murray, the world's first male fairy godmother, who is, he's...
Tony Randall's going to be very pleased about this role. By the way.
Martin, you didn't listen to my advice. Nor did Marlon Perkins. So it's Kathleen Turner's in it, and Kathleen is in it, and Mara Wilson, Terry Garr, Robert Pastorelli.
And we have a clip here we want to show.
You sure as heck do, Conan.
If I miss that clip, I'll be beaten after the show.
No.
Tell us, set up the clip for us.
Well, the clip is that, Murray is he's not a very good fairy godmother, and he would rather be fairy god person, but he's kind of the Rosa Parks of fairy godmotherhood. I always think that, he's like, there was once a time, I'm sure, that you were in your hospital room and the first male nurse came in, and that was a shock, too. Ready for your sponge bath. And so it's kind of the same thing. But anyway, Mara Wilson, I'm her fairy godmother, and I'm not very competent. Anyway, I've accidentally taken us to Nebraska, and we're confronting a terrifying kind of Ozark guy who's going to kill us.
Okay, let's take a look at this clip from A Simple
Michael
Wish.
Ritchie, director.
What's that?
It's a magic wand, a real one, and it's got a lot more power than your stupid shotgun.
Oh, honey, she's just a child and doesn't seem to understand the danger of combining a deadly weapon and a low IQ. Let me see that a minute. Come on, Tony, just a second here.
Pussy, what?
Give me that right now. Well, you borrow?
This movie opens nationwide tomorrow.
Conan, as far as I'm concerned.
July 11th. Hey, Martin, a huge thrill for us that you would come by and do our show.
My pleasure to be invited, finally.
The kids love you. Yeah, that's right. There was that long period where we just didn't think you were hot enough.
I know.
Yeah.
And then they have to go through all my material over and over again.
That's right.
To the secretariat.
Dance one more time.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Martin Short, everybody. New Soul Bill's coming up. It's the best show.